How's it going, everybody? Mancave Dave here in Wisconsin with another video game pickups video. Today is Sunday, February 3rd, 2013, and this is a bunch of stuff that I picked up yesterday, Saturday, as well as a few other things over the last week or so. So I figured I'd wait and make one big, humongous video. So I responded to a ad on Craigslist. Someone who said they had a bunch of Super Nintendo games, and they texted me back, and we started chatting a little bit, and he let me know the titles that he had, and there were definitely some that I didn't have, as well as some stuff I wanted. I was like, well, cool, what do you want for them? He's like, well, I'm trying to get some money for an N64. And I was like, well, I actually have an extra N64 and some games to go with it, if you'd be interested. He's like, oh yeah, man, that'd be perfect. And he wanted some titles, like he was looking for Mario games, and some stuff like Blast Corps and Cruisin' USA, Tetris games, and so some stuff that's a little bit harder to find, but other stuff that he just enjoyed playing as a kid. And so I came home and looked through my stuff, and I ended up having about 14 doubles of games, and plus a couple of the titles that he wanted that are pretty easy to find that I had in my collection, like Cruisin' USA or Tetrisphere. So I went ahead and gave him those as well. So I gave him a N64, one controller with the expansion pack, and I think it came up to 13 or 14 games. The Super Mario World, Mario Tennis, I think maybe Star Fox 64, and then a fair amount of commons or games that you could probably buy for $3 or $4, if that. And he said he had the 29 Super Nintendo games. He also had a Yobo and a Sega Genesis 1, a stack of Genesis games, and a stack of NES games. And so he gave me all of that, and I was like, I'll give you some extra. And he's like, no, I just want the N64. So we had a pretty good deal. I was very happy, he was very happy, and I think it's someone I'll continue trading with. So here's what we got. I'll go through the systems. We got the Yobo, FC Twin. It plays, I think this is Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo, maybe? I'll have to check that out. And then the Sega Genesis Model 1. I'm running out of room here. And then also came with all the cords, hookups, controllers, all that stuff. I just didn't pull that out. So, Genesis games. Excuse me. Fighting a cold over here. We got Battletech, a game of armored combat, which, looking it up, it's actually like a $11 or $12 game just by itself. Greatest Heavyweights, a boxing game. Hellfire, which I had single, I didn't have it in the box, and this is complete, so that's another fairly hard to get game. Super WrestleMania, Separation Anxiety, complete. Pretty excited about that one. Disney's Tailspin. Sega Classics Golden Axe, Sega Classics Pat Riley's Basketball, Sonic Spinball, Tecmo Super Bowl, great game, and Eternal Champions. So all in all, looking up, just this stack of games retail is probably about $75 or $80, so I was pretty happy about that. And our Super Nintendo games, we got Star Fox, NBA Jam, Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, great game. NES Play Action Football, Tasmania, Rocco's Modern Life, Spunky's Dangerous Day, NHL 95, Super Scope 6, NHL 97, Paperboy 2, Bassmasters Classics, Roger Clemens MVP Baseball, and Champions World Class Soccer. Then we got Super Mario World, another copy of Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Super Caesar's Palace, Super Star Wars, NFL Quarterback Club, Adventures of Dr. Franken, which I don't think I had, F-Zero, Pro Sport Hockey, Super Castlevania 4, I was happy about this, it's a great game. Even though I have it, I just love finding it. X-Zone, which I don't think I had, Super Bases Loaded, and Battleship. And then, for the Genesis, he also had a Game Genie and Codebook, which I don't think I had for Genesis, so that was a good find. Regular Nintendo games, this is one I was really excited. This is probably about a $40 game. Mario's Time Machine, which is in pretty good condition. I guess a little wear to the label there, but it's one I didn't have. Gold, Legend of Zelda. Baseball, 10-Yard Fight, Bubble Bobble, it's a fun game. Tecmo Bowl, love Tecmo Bowl. Star Tropics, Super Mario 2, pretty grungy, but it's a fun game. Burger Time, Double Dragon 2, and Tecmo Super Bowl. And lastly, let's see here. Had a couple code books. We got Secret Codes 2004, Game Boy Secrets Volume 2, and Nintendo Game Boy Secrets Volume 1. So, the last thing I got from him is he also mentioned that he had some Game Boy Advance stuff. He's like, I don't have the chargers. I'm pretty sure they work, but I don't know. Make me an offer. And so he said, I have about 16 games. I don't know what they are. I'm like, well, I'll give you $30, you know. That way if they don't work, cool. If they do, I have some games. So anyway, we've got 2 Game Boy Advance SPs. They're a little grungy. I thought one of them sounded like it had a little rattle, like the screen you can see has some scratches. Games, we've got Super RC Pro-Am, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories, NBA All-Star Challenge 2, Race Days, Casper, Cartoon Network Collection Special Edition, Game Boy Advance, Sonic Advance, Mario Kart, Super Circuit, that's a good game, Pokemon Leaf Green version, a little bit rough, but Pokemon, always popular, Madden 2000, WWE Mayhem, Rock and Roll Racing, which is a bit harder to find, F-Zero, Maximum Velocity, and Quad Desert Fury. So for that stack right there, I paid $30, which I thought was a good deal, and he was happy for the cash. While I was there, I responded to another Craigslist ad. Guy had some NES games. He wanted $4 a piece, which was a little bit high for the titles he had. I had all of them but 2, so I told him I'd give him 7. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I got Defender 2, which I didn't have, and then Adventures of Lolo, which I probably would have offered him less if I would have seen the condition of this first. You can see it has like a some stuff scratched into it, and it's discolored, but it's a fun game, and I didn't have it, so $7, and made a good connection. Sounds like he has some more stuff, so we'll stay in contact. Picked up a Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I think I got this online. It doesn't have the manual. Unfortunately, it has some stickers. Looks like it was a rental, but I do have the manual already, so I'll be able to add that in and have it complete in the box. From another game store, some more games I didn't have. I got Road Blasters, and then in the box, The Immortal, Darkman, and Bad News Baseball. So as I'm working on my boxed NES collection over here, those will be some good additions for it. Let's see, what do we got next? Stopped at another store I saw an ad for on Craigslist, and picked up some games. Some of these have prices on them, like this is Earthworm Jim 3, $15. He really worked with me on price, and so I think he gave this to me for like 10. So Earthworm Jim, which is pretty hard to find. Banjo Tootie, which again it says 12. He gave it to me for 10 or 8 or something. Rocket Robot on Wheels. RBI Baseball 2 in the box. Box is a little bit rough, but I didn't have this game or the box. Oops. Complete for Sega Genesis, Rambo 3, Haunting, starring Poltergeist. I think that was all that I got. Oh, and this stuff. A couple years back, I found a Castle Grayskull at a rummage sale for 50 cents, and so I've been looking for He-Man stuff. You know, it's kind of fun. So, He-Man from 1982 with the shield, the sword, and the axe. Good condition. So I got that. And then a Optimus Prime from the 80s. I think it's 1984. Missing pieces, but did have the trailer. So I had to pick that up. Missing the back door, but there's some stuff inside it. What else did I get there? Oh! Some of you who watch my channel know that I love picking up old movies to watch while I'm cleaning games and stuff. And so, Invaders from Mars, excuse me, The Howling 2, Howling 3, Howling 5, and Howling 6. Ooh, Vampire vs. Werewolf, that's fun. Then we got Waxwork and Troll, which I remember seeing this at movie stores when I was a kid, so excited to check that out. Went to another store, picked up a couple of games. We got Grandia 2 for PlayStation 2. This is at like a little thrift store. Unfortunately, it's just the game, but I hear this is a good game, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And then Full Metal Alchemist 2. And then, last but not least, went to a vendor at a little indoor flea market. Y'all can probably hear my son in the background. It sounds like it's about nap time. But we got Gradius 3 and 4. So, originally they had 35 on this, but I was able to use my Video Game Trader app to show them that it's worth about $4. And so, they really worked with me on price, too. Gave me about half price of what they were asking. So, got that. Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, Mega Man 4, and Mega Man 5. And again, these prices are not correct because I got them for about half of that. So, anyway, from here in Wisconsin, this is Mancave Dave. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see y'all at the next sale. Take care.